Hey folks, we are here with another resource for you. So this is the Lakeshore Shapes Discovery Box. Oh, sorry about that. Lakeshore Shapes Discovery Box. So this guy could not find this on Amazon, but I was able to go back and find it on their site. We were given this as a gift, so I don't know what the exact price was then. This was probably, we got this about maybe 5 years ago, but the current price right now on their site is $60. So let's go ahead and take a look. Got a nice carrying case for it, for storage. They don't fit in there super great. I wasn't able to get them back in there very, very easily, but they do fit, so that's not too bad. But what we have here are 4 different shapes. You have your rectangle, your square, your circle, and triangle. Make sure we get all of them on there. So you got your 4 shapes, 4 standard shapes that it comes with, but each one of them is a different color, which is great. And each one of them though comes with things inside. So you go ahead, we'll open up triangle, and inside is going to be a shape that represents it. That's kind of, generic. It's just a shape, triangle. And then you have 2 ordinary items that you would, possibly see every day. So in this case, it's a watermelon piece and a piece of pizza. And then they also come with a beanbag kind of item that is also labeled what the shape is. They don't quite all match. I think this one, I think they call this the abstract shape. I think this one matches the color of the shape itself. So the other ones are kind of just, a free-for-all a little bit, but I'm pretty sure this one, for each one of the shapes, matches the correct color. So you have, the 4 shapes inside of the main shape, and they all kind of coordinate with what it is. So that's the triangle, and then we'll go ahead and we'll open up the rest of these. So we'll see, here's circle, so you have a wheel, you have a red circle, you have a circle beanbag that says circle on it, and then you have, this is a donut. So there's that, and then we'll look at the square, so purple square, you have a present, you have a waffle, oh, and it looks like we are missing our beanbag. I'm sure it is probably in with the rest of the kids' stuff. So go ahead and put these ones back. And then we'll look at the rectangle. So you have your rectangle shape, you have your chocolate bar, your rectangle beanbag, and a box of crayons. And it looks like we found our square, a green beanbag square that goes back in here. Perfect. So we have everything again. So these items are great for especially shape learning. Actually, let's go ahead and just leave this one out with everything. So this is great for kids that are learning. You have like a whole host of different things you can do with this. So you have obviously all the different colors for color learning, color matching. You have all of the different shapes. So not only the large shapes of the actual items themselves. So, the triangle box is a triangle, the circle box is a circle, and so on. You have that, but not only that, but you have the items inside of it. So, a kid's gonna recognize a box of crayons and it is a rectangle, or the kid's gonna recognize a chocolate bar and it's gonna be a rectangle as well. And then for kids, as they get a little bit older as well, you can identify to them, being able to read, and they can see this says rectangle, that says rectangle, and they can match it with that. This is a little bit weighted, so that's kind of nice. So you have, a little bit of a sensory feedback to that. This is kind of cool because, it's open on the inside with all of the different shapes. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's a rectangle, but you also have like, it's a rectangle shape on the inside as well. So you kind of get that difference of, I have the rectangle shape and I have like a negative rectangle shape inside that. So that's kind of neat. And I don't think anything fit within that. So these are all really great items. Our kids have used these. This is one of the ones though that, some of these pieces tend to get lost every so often. Like I'm pretty sure this was lost at one point. and we had to dig around through a bunch of the toys to find it. So this is one of the ones that we'd only get out on occasion. Right now, we don't have it out for the kids to play around with, mostly because in our area it's actually starting to get warm again, and so we're letting our kids outside more often, so they're playing outside, and we don't really want these to go outside and get messed up and dug into the dirt and everything. They're already pretty messed up as it is, so here and there, but yeah, it's a great thing to bring out every so often. You can go over all the different shapes, all the different colors, you can have them move things around, you can ask them questions about them. It's a great learning resource. Not as much of the like sensory feedback for it, but it's great for kids learning and growing. And I believe, let's see, I think the age on this, they have it as 9 months to 3 years old. So I guess for a 9-month-old, it'd be mostly just like play and kind of like moving things around and maybe learning some of the colors. Our kids have had some different delays. So as far as like a typical 9-year-old, typically developing 9-year-old, I should say, they might be a little bit more advanced to be able to, understand more of the colors and more of the shape discernments, to be able to kind of use this more. What we found is with our oldest, which is when we got this again, quite a few years ago, is that he was 2 at the time. He loved all the different shapes and, having like, this is a present and this is a waffle, and that really appealed to him. And then having the different variety of things. So like, this is pretty big, this is, has some weight to it, this is smaller, and then again, this is the shape with like the negative shape space inside of it. Really worked out well for him. So we'll have to see how our youngest 2 that are 2 years old now, bringing this back out again, in a more controlled environment, so they're not carrying the shapes around and taking them outside, to see how they kind of do with that, and to see what their kind of learning and growing and development is on that. It would give us more of an idea. So we might be able to do an update video on this later as we work with them a little bit on this. But I would be interested in to see what anybody else's feedback and comments on this would be, to see if you've used this particular set before or something similar to this. I really like this one. We're very partial to Lakeshore and to Learning Resources. We like a lot of their materials and their items because they're very good. They're very well thought out, it seems like, and they have worked very well for our children. But if you know of any other resources that are similar to this, that'd be awesome to learn and to share about. And like I said, yeah, so comment about those, or if you have any questions about these and kind of some of the things we've done with that, let us know that as well. And then and don't forget to stay tuned for more videos. We'll have some more learning resources and some more sensory items. And I keep plugging this, but we're going to be doing some sensory bins, building those and getting those set up for kiddos to play with. We've seen a lot of different things like this at some different preschools and tutorials of games and stuff online. So we're going ahead and building our own. We'll have some very simple materials and hopefully very easy to follow instructions for how to do those. So if you wanted to build those on your own, you would be be very easy to do that. So stay tuned for that, and we will talk to you all soon.